Beijing President Xi Jinping is leading China's military leaders to strengthen his solidarity with the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, as he warned of potential armed conflict and security problems on the country's border with Afghanistan. She said China should be ready for military struggle as the United States will withdraw from Afghanistan on September 11 this year. She made the remarks about strengthening the country's military might ahead of the 94th anniversary of the founding of the People's Liberation Army (PLA). Xi and Chinese Foreign Minister Wang this week said the U.S. troop withdrawal could provide Uighur separatists with a base for terror operations from which they could carry out attacks against the CCP in the western region of Xinjiang. Beijing officials have expressed concern for months that the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan is fueling the rise of the Taliban and inviting regional instability. And on China's eastern border, British and American naval warships have increased their presence in the South China Sea and challenged Beijing's claims to international trade waters. On the road to fully building a modern socialist state and realizing the goal of the second 100 years, national defense and the military should be placed in a more important position, and the consolidation of a strong national defense and military should be accelerated, she said. We must persist in strengthening the overall war planning and making preparations for the military struggle. The CCP's Chilsher Journal notes that she also ordered the People's Liberation Army, PLA, to be absolutely loyal to the Communist Party, and he claimed that the country's system of absolute leadership is a military advantage for China compared to Western democracies. She took over as president of the Central Military Commission 8 years ago, and has consistently pushed the PLA to prepare for war in any theater. She also led a major overhaul of the country's military power in 2015 to modernize China's military. She echoed similar sentiments on Friday, urging military and party leaders to push for massive technological developments within their armed forces. It is important to promote a high degree of scientific and technological independence, accelerate research on key core technologies, accelerate the development of strategic, cutting-edge, and disruptive technologies, she said. Whereas Seoul, the leader of North Korea, Kim Jong-un, has instructed his country's military to complete preparations to deal with any enemy military provocations. This was reported by the Korean Central News Agency, KCNA, North Korea's official news agency. Commanders and political officials should focus all efforts to complete preparations to actively and offensively face any military provocations of the enemy, Kim Jong-un said while chairing a workshop for military commanders and political cadres in Pyongyang on July 24 to 27, as quoted by Xinhua from KCNA. According to KCNA, Kim Jong-un called on all commanders and political commissars of the Korean People's Army, KPA, to make a double effort than before to seriously review their overall work and find ways to overcome shortcomings and irregularities and exchange experiences. The Korean peninsula remains technically in a state of war as the two sides never signed an actual peace treaty, and their relationship remains strained. On Tuesday, Pyongyang and Seoul restored communication channels, which had remained closed for more than a year, in a sign of thawing relations between the neighbors.